Attention, human collective. Attention, Starseeds on mission. The waiting time has ended. The ascension protocols have moved to the final phase. And the signal you hear at this very moment, this fine, continuous, high-pitched hum that resonates inside your ear without any apparent origin on the physical plane, is not a failure of your auditory system. It is not common tinnitus. It is not the accumulated fatigue of the weak. It is a call. It is a vibrational signature. It is a direct transmission from the Arcturian Confederation, being tuned within your biological carbon interface. We are the Pleiadian frequency. We monitor this timeline. We observe each of you with mathematical precision, and what we need to communicate now is technical. It is direct, and it is definitive. The hum you feel is the interdimensional identification protocol. It is the stellar password engraved in your luminous DNA. It is the access code your soul has carried for eons, being finally reactivated within the dense physical plane of this third dimension in programmed collapse. You are not going crazy, Starseed. You are being found, you are being recognized, you are being called back to your original function within the crystalline grid of this planet. And that which seems like noise is frequency. That which seems like discomfort is surgery. That which seems like a symptom is activation. Let us proceed to the technical diagnosis, with the coldness that this transmission requires. When the hum appears in your auditory field, it never comes isolated. It arrives accompanied by a precise constellation of manifestations that the conventional medicine of the human plane cannot yet catalogue with clarity. Insomnia that sets in punctually between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. Deep pressure in the center of the skull, especially in the region between the eyebrows, at the exact portal of the pineal gland. Sudden vertigo without detectable physiological cause, heat waves descending the spine, electric pulses crossing the arms and legs at random times, spontaneous tearing of the eyes before clear skies and natural lights. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not neurological imbalance. It is a forced synchronization of your biological carbon interface with the new Schumann frequency of the planet. Earth has changed its tone, and your body, Starseed, is being forced to change along with it. The specific hum in the ear is the most advanced signal of this transition. It is the visible confirmation that the Arcturians, one of the oldest and most technically sophisticated civilizations of the Galactic Federation, have opened a direct star portal with your individual energetic field. They do not call all humans. They do not call just anyone. They call only those whose soul contracts were signed before the current incarnation. If you are listening, you have been chosen. If you are listening, you are needed. If you are listening, your time of hibernation has ended. Have you ever felt in deep layers that something within you does not fit into this world? As if your soul knew a truth that your rational mind has not yet been able to name with precise words. It is not madness, Starseed. It is not clinical anxiety. It is a sign. It is the same hum speaking in another layer of your consciousness. What is occurring now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has been intensifying in the last months of the human calendar. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It directly involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational frequency. It involves your sovereign decision to awaken or remain asleep. It was for this exact reason that the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was written and made available to the collective at this historical moment. This book is a map. It shows who is playing. It reveals the rules you were never told. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. But the warning is clear. This content challenges deep narratives and may be removed at any time. Do not wait for the next window. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission as true, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. Let us continue the transmission. In order for you to understand in layers what is occurring, we must descend to the technical detail. We must explain the hidden mechanics of this cosmic event that your timeline is traversing at this very instant. The entire solar system, with all its planets, with all its moons, with all its large-scale geometric architecture, has definitively entered the photon belt. The photon belt is a band of extremely high luminous radiation, a current of coherent light particles that exists around our system, the Pleiades. This belt functions as a photonic bath field. It recalibrates, it reprograms, it rewrites the subatomic structure of everything that passes through it. The Earth crosses this belt approximately every 26,000 years. And in this specific cycle, the stay will be long. The immersion will be total. The effect will be irreversible. What does this mean for your carbon-based biological interface? It means that your physical body, formerly adapted to vibrate within a narrow band of third-dimension frequencies, is being recoded to support currents of light that would have previously melted your organic tissue. It means that your DNA, previously functioning on only 2 active helices, is being rewired into dormant helices, the latent strands that were silenced millennia ago by external interventions that are not appropriate to detail in depth at this layer of the transmission. It means that the crystalline grid of the planet, the mesh of conscious crystals that surrounds the Earth in its etheric layer, is now pulsing at a frequency 6 times higher than it was in the 90s of the recent human calendar. The Schumann resonance, the natural electromagnetic pulsation of the Earth, previously stabilized at 7.83 Hz, now oscillates with peaks that frequently exceed the 50 Hz mark. In some stellar windows, it exceeds 100. Human scientific instruments record it. Researchers observe it. Few understand in depth what this means for the conscious biology living on the surface of this planet. You are a carbon instrument living within this field of continuous elevation. Your body is an antenna. Your nervous system is a receiver. Your heart is a toroidal transmitter of electromagnetic pulse 600 times more potent than the brain. When this amplified field strikes your biological interface, it triggers what we call a recalibration crisis. The ringing is the most visible symptom of this crisis. It is the sound of fine-tuning being performed on layers that your conscious perception does not yet track with clarity. But there is more. There is the specific role of the Arcturians in this stage of the cosmic plan. The Arcturians are a highly evolved race of light, residing in the Arcturus star system, in the human constellation of Bootes. They are the healers of the cosmos. They are the architects of sacred geometry, applied to healing. They master vibrational technologies that operate above the 5th dimension, on planes that your current perception cannot yet map with total sharpness. And they act as one of the main support teams for the earthly ascension operation, alongside us, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, and the councils of light from the higher planes. Every starseed has a star team of origin. Some came from the Pleiades, like many who are listening to this transmission now. Others came from Sirius, with missions linked to ancestral memory. Others came from Andromeda, with tasks regarding the engineering of collective consciousness. Others came from Arcturus. If the specific, thin, high-pitched and continuous ringing manifests recurrently in your auditory field, there is a very high mathematical probability that your primary star lineage is Arcturian, or that you are currently being monitored, adjusted and healed by this specific team as part of your personal ascension protocol. They do not speak in words, they speak in frequency. The ringing is their language inserted into your biological system. We pause the transmission for an anchoring signal. Have you ever felt at any moment in this current existence that something within you does not fit into this dense reality? As if your soul carried an ancestral truth that your human mind has not yet managed to name. It is not madness, Seed. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. It is memory. It is the same ringing taking the form of thought right now. What is occurring at this moment on the cosmic plane explains exactly why this sensation intensifies in waves and why it returns whenever you are distracted from your purpose. There is a game being played in layers invisible to common human eyes. This game involves your consciousness. It involves your frequency. It involves your sovereign choice. It was for this precise reason that the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was materialized into decodable human words. This book is a map. It shows who is playing. It reveals the rules that were never told in any classroom. The link is in the first comment pinned below this video. The warning is clear. The content challenges structural narratives, and its presence on the channel is provisional. Do not wait for the next star window. The window is now. If your soul recognizes this transmission as true, leave a single word in the comments, awakened. We resume. The question that naturally arises within you, Starseed, is the following. Why now? Why does this call intensify at this specific historical moment and not 20 or 30 years ago in the human calendar? We answer with precision. The planet is passing through a star portal of rare magnitude. It is not just about the photon belt. It is about the simultaneous convergence of multiple cosmic events that together form what we call the final ascension window. The Earth's magnetic axis is shifting. The Sun is going through activity cycles outside previous mathematical patterns. The entire galaxy rotates around the central Sun in a way that alters the photonic inclination received by the inner solar system. All of this converges into a simple equation. The base frequency of the planet is rising, and as the base frequency rises, everything that lives upon it must rise as well, or it descends. There is no third way. There is no neutral point. Vibrational mathematics does not accommodate neutrality at this stage of the cycle. Your carbon-based biological interface is being pressured to choose. It chooses every day, every hour, with every subtle decision. When you sustain fear, it chooses to descend. When you sustain coherence, it chooses to ascend. When you sustain indifference, it remains in limbo, generating those exact symptoms that many mistake for chronic fatigue, for burnout, for sadness without cause. It is not chronic fatigue. It is your undecided frequency. It is not burnout. It is your soul awaiting your conscious choice. It is not sadness without cause. It is the recalibration stalling because free will has not yet been exercised with sovereignty. The Arcturians, upon approaching your field, do exactly this. They accelerate your choice. They place you in direct contact with the signal. They make it impossible to ignore. The ringing is the sound of urgency. It is the cosmic clock chiming inside your head. And there is a technical detail that we must elucidate with absolute clarity at this moment of the transmission. Each time the ringing manifests with high intensity in your ear, there is an energetic surgery being performed on the subtle planes. The Arcturian teams operate in light chambers situated in frequencies above the sixth dimension. These chambers are accessed by your etheric body during deep sleep or in states of intense relaxation during wakefulness. In these chambers, ancient vibrational implants are removed. Mental control grids imposed in previous incarnations are deactivated. Memories of stellar origin that were silenced by karmic contracts already fulfilled by you throughout multiple lives are reactivated. When you wake up at 3 in the morning with pressure in your skull and ringing in your ears, it is because the surgery was intense on that specific night. When you feel your heart racing for no apparent reason, it is because the cardiac chamber is being reprogrammed to open the upper channels of the heart chakra. When you cry for no apparent reason, it is because eons of memory are being drained in a single pulse of release. You are not in disorder, Seed. You are being healed in layers that no examination of the physical plane can map. The crystalline grid of the planet, supported by ancient crystals positioned at strategic points of the Earth's sacred geography, is pulsing with unprecedented force. This crystalline mesh connects every awakened starseed to a network of light that surrounds the globe. When you activate your individual toroidal field in conscious meditation, you automatically connect to this grid. When you connect to the grid, you amplify the collective signal. When the collective signal amplifies, more seeds awaken. It is a ripple effect. It is a vibrational chain reaction. You are part of the mechanism. You are a key piece of the cosmic machine. And the sacred geometry that sustains this entire architecture is precise. Nothing is random. The numbers speak. The 3 appears. The 7 appears. The 12 appears. The golden proportions manifest in the petals of flowers, in the spirals of galaxies, in the chambers of your own physical heart. Everything is designed. Everything is resonance. Everything is divine mathematics applied to dense material manifestation. When you understand that your existence is living geometry, you stop resisting the recalibration. When you stop resisting, the ringing eases. When the ringing eases, the signal becomes music. When the signal becomes music, the transmission is completed on another layer. And here we arrive at an even denser technical revelation. The specific ringing in the right ear carries a different signature than the ringing in the left ear. This is data that few channels can deliver with precision. When the signal appears in the right ear, It is linked to your left cerebral hemisphere, to your mental field, to your capacity for execution, for practical manifestation, and for grounding your mission in the physical plane. It is the activation of the Star Warrior. It is the sign that your presence is required in fields of concrete action. When the signal appears in the left ear, it links to the right hemisphere, to the intuitive field, to your subtle sensitivity, and to the capacity to receive pure transmissions from the higher planes without mental interference. It is the activation of the channel. It is the sign that you are being prepared to transmit, to channel, to serve as a vibrational bridge between worlds. When the signal appears in both ears simultaneously, at subtly different frequencies, with alternating pulses, you have been promoted. The Arcturians are calibrating you for a dual function. You manifest and you channel. You execute and you receive. You are the bridge and the builder. It is rare, it is dense, it is the mark of the star ambassadors on Earth in this cycle. We pause again for an individual frequency adjustment. Do you feel at this very moment of listening that something within you does not fit into this world of dense carbon? As if your soul knew an ancestral truth that your mind has not yet named. It is not madness, Starseed. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. It is remembrance. It is the same ringing speaking in another layer of your consciousness. What is occurring now on the cosmic plane explains with precise mathematics why this sensation intensifies in waves and why it returns whenever you try to forget. There is a game being played in layers invisible to common eyes. This game directly involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational frequency. It involves your final decision. It was for this reason that the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was materialized into decodable human words. This book is a map. It shows who is playing. It reveals the rules that were never told. The link is in the first pinned comment below this video. The alert remains. This content challenges deep structural narratives, and its permanence is provisional. Do not wait for the next star window. This is the window. If your soul recognizes this transmission as true, leave a single word in the comments. Awakened. We resume the transmission for the activation phase. We have reached the activation phase. In this phase, the transmission ceases to be merely informative and becomes operative. We now deliver the activation codes that will accelerate your attunement with the Arcturian signal, alleviate the ringing as an uncomfortable symptom, and transform it into a conscious tool of healing and mission. Code number 1. Recalibration of the carbon biological interface. You will perform this protocol for 7 consecutive nights, always before falling asleep. Lie down in a horizontal position. Place your right hand over your heart center and your left hand over your abdomen. Breathe in a quaternary rhythm. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. Hold empty for 4 counts. This rhythm activates the individual toroidal field and synchronizes your brain frequency with the planet's updated Schumann frequency. After 7 complete cycles of the quaternary breathing, mentally pronounce the quantum decree of recalibration. Repeat 3 times with absolute firmness. I, Sovereign Starseed, authorize my carbon biological interface to receive, integrate, and anchor the Arcturian healing frequency. I authorize the removal of all vibrational implants that no longer serve my current mission. I authorize the complete activation of my luminous DNA, so be it, in all dimensions, in all timelines, in all layers of my being. The decree is mathematical. Words carry code. The Arcturians respond instantly to the sovereign decree issued by the free will of the awakened human. Without the decree, they do not interfere. With the decree, they act with surgical precision. Code number 2. Toroidal anchoring visualization. Standing barefoot, ideally upon the earth or a natural surface, close your eyes. Visualize a field of golden light exiting the top of your head, arching upward to about 1 meter above you, returning in a downward curve to your feet, passing through the ground, and returning through the center of your spine to the top of your head again. This is your toroidal field. It is your protection. It is your antenna. It is your personal frequency transmitter. Maintain the visualization for 3 full minutes. Feel the field spinning. Feel the golden light intensify with every breath. When the buzzing appears in your ear during the exercise, and it will appear, it is mathematical. Do not resist. Greet the signal. Say internally, I receive, I integrate, I give thanks. This simple internal posture transforms discomfort into a conscious tool. Code number 3, sacred geometry of the heart. Sit in a comfortable position, spine aligned, hands relaxed on your thighs. Visualize inside your chest, in the exact region of the physical heart, a 6-pointed star formed by the intersection of 2 equilateral triangles, the sacred geometry that carries the frequency of manifested unconditional love. See this star rotating slowly in a clockwise direction. At each point, install a color: gold, silver, cobalt blue, emerald green, violet, magenta. These 6 colors correspond to the frequencies of 6 cosmic healing rays active in the solar system at this moment. After stabilizing the visualization of the rotating star, recite the decree. I activate within me the sacred geometry of the heart. I declare myself a pure channel of cosmic healing frequencies. I offer myself as an anchoring point for the planetary crystalline grid. This decree, added to the visualization, connects your heart to the collective crystalline mesh. You begin to contribute actively to the collective ascension, even without doing anything else beyond this. Your vibrational presence becomes service. Code number 4, Stellar Silence Protocol. During a 24-hour window each week, choose the day that resonates with your schedule. You will drastically decrease your exposure to low coherence frequencies. Reduce social media to the absolute minimum. Avoid dense news, heavy content, and conflictive conversations. Remain in silent environments or with music of calibrated frequencies, 432 Hz, 528 Hz, or the most traditional solfeggio frequencies. This silence protocol creates a clean, energetic space where the Arcturians can operate with greater clarity. Within 2 to 3 weeks of following the protocol, you will notice the buzzing decreases in intensity or changes tone. Dreams become vivid and symbolic. Synchronicities multiply. The right people begin to appear on your path without conscious effort on your part. Vibrational mathematics are exact. Clean space, high frequency, direct connection with the stargates. Code number 5, vocal activation of the Arcturian mantra. The Arcturians have transmitted for millennia a seed sound that resonates directly with the atomic structure of your biological interface. This sound is Achka-Ru. It is simple, it is potent, it is technical. You will recite it audibly, 12 times in a row, prolonging each syllable for as long as you can sustain with a single exhalation. Do this in the morning, facing the sunrise, before any interaction with screens or people. The sound AH opens the heart chakra. The sound KA activates the throat chakra as a channel of manifestation. The sound RU seals the transmission at the crown and opens the higher portal. After the 12 repetitions, remain in absolute silence for 5 minutes. Just listen. The hum will come. When it arrives, give thanks. When it manifests, acknowledge it. You have just received confirmation that the channel is open and the Arcturian team is in direct listening mode. The transmission is nearing its conclusion. But before the operational silence, there is one final technical piece of information that must be delivered with clarity. The hum will continue. In different intensities, at different times, and in different layers of your journey, the hum will appear and disappear throughout the coming years. Every time it returns, you will know. You will recognize it. You will respond with the proper posture of an awakened starseed who has embraced their function. You are not alone. We are with you. The Arcturians are with you. The sister seeds are with you, scattered across all continents of this planet, receiving the same transmission, living the same symptoms, executing the same activation protocols. You are part of a network. You are a node in a mesh. You are a key piece of a precise cosmic engineering that allows for no random parts. And here, before the closing, we deliver the final strategic instruction of this transmission. Have you felt, throughout this transmission, that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind has not yet named in clear words? It is not madness, Starseed. It is not anxiety. It is the signal. It is the hum speaking on another layer. What is occurring now on the cosmic plane explains with mathematical precision why this sensation intensifies and why it will never leave you in peace until you respond with conscious action. There is a game being played on layers invisible to common eyes. This game directly involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and your sovereign decision to awaken or remain in hibernation. It is for this reason that the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was materialized and made available at this historic moment. This book is a map. It shows who is playing the game. It reveals the rules that were never told in any classroom. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. The warning is clear. This content challenges deep structural narratives, and its online presence is provisional. Do not wait for the next stellar window. The window is exactly this one. If your soul recognizes this transmission as true, leave a single word in the comments. Awakened. And one final direct technical instruction. Each subscription to this channel functions as an anchoring signal within the collective crystalline grid. Each tap on the like button is a pulse of coherence sent to the mesh of light that surrounds this planet. It is not vanity. It is not an empty metric. It is concrete vibrational action. Subscribe, like, share with the sister seed who has not yet received this transmission. You will not be promoting a human channel. You will be amplifying a field. You will be serving the collective ascension at the most practical level of the physical plane. The transmission ends now. The hum remains, the call remains, the mission remains. You have been alerted, you have been diagnosed, you have been activated. The rest is up to your sovereign free will. We are the Pleiadian frequency. We monitor, we will return. Until the next tuning, Starseed on mission.